We need to restrain him.
Hey, what's going on, my cringy crew? Welcome back to Nerd HQ. Today we have a special video for today. It's a banger. But today we're going to discuss more about the Snyderverse. Yes, ladies and nerds, there's some talks going around the Twitter sphere, or on the interwebs, that that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wants to restore the Snyderverse. Yes, ladies and nerds, I said that correct. Black Adam himself is pretty much supporting the cry for help from the Snyder fans. And if you guys don't know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he is the highest paid actor in Hollywood right now, which is crazy to say in itself. I mean, he started out as very humble beginnings. He was, I think, at the beginning of his career, he was going to be a football player. He went to college for a minute and played for the Miami Hurricanes as a football player. Got hurt, couldn't do NFL, so what did he go to? He went to wrestling, WWE, and became The Rock. That's where he got all of his popularity from, being the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. And he went from that to being one of the most well-known actors of all time. I mean, he's made so many movies. He's one of the most well-known actors ever, and that's why there's a reason why he's the most paid actor in Hollywood right now, and he is wanting to restore the Snyderverse. So, if that doesn't tell you anything, but I have a little article here pulled up to where I'm going to read it for you guys, and it's straight up news. I'm not going to tell you any. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you some BS, but this is an article from a source called "We Got This Covered." Now, the title of this says, Warner Brothers reportedly can't tell Dwayne Johnson no about restoring the Snyderverse. And if I was them, I wouldn't be able to tell him no either. I mean, how are you going to tell the most paid actor in Hollywood that we're not going to do this for you? They have to be stupid. And I mean, needless to say, Warner Brothers has done some really stupid things, guys. They've made very silly moves, like discontinuing the Snyderverse. Now, this is how this reads, and it says, and I quote, as the conversation surrounding the future of the Snyderverse continues to rumble on, it was inevitable that once the ball started rolling, it would begin gathering additional. Now, some of these words I might be pronouncing wrong, but I'm just going to go with it. It would begin gathering additional rumors and speculation along the way. One of the more recent wrinkles to the story has been the multiple reports making the rounds that say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could turn out to be integral to the whole thing. There's been a variety of tales circulating over the last week or so that claim DCEU's Black Adam is fighting for the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse fight behind closed doors, in an attempt to try and convince Warner Brothers that picking up from where Zack Snyder's Justice League left off is in the best interest of all parties. Now, that in itself, ladies and nerds, is a big deal if it's true. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, if he had watched the Snyder Cut and was really into it, which DC's Black Adam is supposed to be a part of the Snyder's universe in a sense, kind of like how Shazam was. It don't play directly into Zack Snyder's universe, but it's there. And it continues on. It says, however, the world's biggest movie star has yet to publicly address any of the rumors, despite his willingness to share plenty of information regarding his upcoming slate with his social media following, with which numbers into the hundreds of millions. Tipster Mickey Sutton is now claiming, though, that the studio might find themselves having to bend to his demands, given Johnson's status in the industry and reputation as a proven box office draw, with his continued involvement in the DCEU potentially worth billions. See, now there you guys have it. If he is a part of this, he has a signed contract with Warner Brothers to do a Black Adam movie. Now, like this article said, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a cash cow. No matter what he's in, no matter what movie he's in, it brings a shit ton of money because he's a well-known actor. His face is famous. He could probably sneeze into a napkin and you would sell that napkin for $1 million. Now it continues on, and this is a quote. It says, in the end, will AT&T allow Warner Media to tell The Rock he can't do this? They can't. The Rock is cash, and this is worth billions. Now, The Rock is worth a lot of money, and if they tell him no, that's a relationship that they are taking a chance on breaking off. If they tell The Rock, if he is really involved in this, and if he is really digging in deep to try and restore the Snyderverse, if they tell him no, that is a potential relationship broke off. That means any movies that Warner Brothers tries to make in future, The Rock could tell them no. They could be like, okay, so how's that Snyderverse going? What about that Snyder Cut? Or is there any more Snyderverse movies that are coming out? And if they don't bend to his demands, I mean, he could always tell them, you know, I don't have to make movies for you guys. I could always turn you guys down. So he's got a lot of leverage in anything he does with any company. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he has leverage over Disney, but whatever. And that's saying something. Now, it continues on. It says, one reoccurring theme of the Snyderverse discourse has been the reported differences in opinion between Warner Brothers and its owner, AT&T. The latter of whom are said to be pushing for Justice League's many dangling plot threads to continue being pulled on, which is like the nightmare sequence with Jared Leto and all of them at the end, and with Martian Manhunter. A lot of plot holes, a lot of different things to connect to multiple Justice Leagues being made, and Darkseid, of course. And this continues on. It says, as things stand, we're no closer to getting an answer. But in the broadest terms, Dwayne Johnson is a contracted DC Films talent who presumably signed a multiple picture deal to headline Black Adam. So it's still unclear at this stage how much influence his contract gives him behind the scenes in regards to matters that happen outside of his own solo franchise. I think that's it. Yeah. So, I mean, there you guys have it. I mean, if he's really doing this, I mean, there's a high chance that Warner Brothers could bend to his demands. Now, there is another rumor going around, and I will bring this up since how it's pretty much part of the same topic. There's this article that says Dwayne Johnson wants to produce Man of Steel 2. Now, if this is true, this goes hand in hand with him wanting to restore the Snyderverse, because Zack Snyder did the first Man of Steel, and it's a part of his whole continuality with continuity with this whole universe that Zack Snyder's made with his movies. Now, the article reads, it's being reported, and this is very recent news. The thing with him backing the Snyderverse has been going on for a couple days, but this is brand new news. Now, this says it's being reported that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, freaking pop-ups. Hold on. It's being reported that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wants to produce a Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill starring as Superman. Now, Warner Brothers has originally talked about rebooting Superman and putting a black Superman. Which, whatever, I don't want to be that person that's like, I don't want to be that type of person that's like, no, my Superman isn't black. I don't want to be that guy. But do I have concerns about it? Yes, 100% I do. Because throughout all of history, I mean, that's like changing the race of Batman. It just feels off. There's plenty of diversity in superheroes nowadays. If they wanted to do a superhero of color, there's plenty of heroes that they could go by. If they wanted a Mexican superhero, they could go for Blue Beetle or something like that, or Bob. I mean, there's plenty of different. I mean, for African Americans, there's John Stewart's Green Lantern, Static Shock, which apparently they're supposed to be making a Static Shock movie as well. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Man of Steel 2 here. Now, it says here that this was revealed by Mikey Sutton. Oh, and he's a very reliable source, apparently. He's mentioned in so many articles. Mikey Sutton over at Geekosity. And he's pretty much spot on with his scoops, like I said. So, I mean, there's a lot of reputation with that guy. So, I mean, most of the time he's spot on with his stuff, apparently. It continues on. It says, we previously reported that Dwayne Johnson is interested in having a Snyderverse continuity. He actually loves Zack Snyder's Justice League and wants to fight the Justice League as Black. He wants to fight the Justice League as Black Adam. See, that's what he wants. He's fighting for his character. Black Adam has been like his dream role to be in, and if he wants he wants the best for his role. And what he wants, like it says here, he actually loves Zack Snyder's Justice League and wants to fight the Justice League as Black Adam. So there is something in it for him. He's not just doing that strictly out of the kindness of his heart for the fans, but he wants to see this Justice League fight his Black Adam. And it continues and says, it seems as though Dwayne Johnson wants to go that extra step further and actually produce a Man of Steel 2 film. Bro, if this is true, this is huge. And he wants that film to star Henry Cavill as Superman in that movie. And right here, guys, as you can see here, him and Henry Cavill are fairly close, apparently. Apparently they hang out. Apparently they're buds, which that just says more to their character on getting this done. And it says, here's what Mikey Sutton had to say on Dwayne Johnson looking to produce Man of Steel 2. It says here that he says, the Man of Steel might be in the hands of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He wants to produce Henry Cavill's Man of Steel 2. One of the reasons why he's so excited about his Black Adam franchise is to play in that specific world. An insider revealed that The Rock has little interest in Walter Hamada's multiverse. His dream was to be on screen with Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot. that trinity, Snyder's continuity, and that's perfect. If Dwayne Johnson wants that to happen, there's a huge chance that we could not only get Henry Cavill back as Superman, but Ben Affleck back. And I mean, Gal's not going anywhere. Even if Dwayne Johnson wasn't fighting to have the Snyderverse come back, Gal's not going anywhere. They're not going to replace her. They wouldn't dare. Anyways, it continues on. It says, "What do you make of this report? Would you like to see Henry Cavill back as Superman in Man of Steel sequel? And would you like to see Dwayne Johnson produce it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below." So there you have it, ladies and nerds. That is the news so far on the Snyderverse. Big news, huge. Whether it's true or not is still yet to be seen. But Mikey Sutton is a very reliable source, especially from what these guys are saying. Apparently, this has a lot to do with The Rock wanting to have the best potential of being a really good Black Adam. He wants to have that face off between the main trinity, like it said here in this article. And judging by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's mentality and how he is as a person, it's like when he sees the product and sees it on the screen, it's like he visualizes this plan out for him. And with him had been cast as Black Adam for the last 3 years, or probably more, he probably is just, he sees this vision in his head. And when he gets a vision in his head, he is the most motivated person in the world. So when he hears that Warner Brothers, that a company that pretty much likes to squash ideas and just make crazy decisions, he's not. He's the type of person that will put his foot down with a company and tell it like how it is, especially with his reputation and as much of a cash cow as he is, and a box office hit as an actor. He has that reputation to where he could hold his own in a conversation at an organization like Warner Brothers. So, my personal opinion, I think this is true. I think this holds up. If it is true, guys, this is fantastic news for all you Snyderverse fans. For everyone that liked the movie, like myself, and want to see it continue. Now, will there be changes in the Snyderverse story a little bit? Because and Zack Snyder did reveal already that when he wanted to continue his story, he wanted Lois Lane to end up being pregnant. Which, if you didn't catch it in the Snyder Cut Justice League, she had pregnancy tests in her junk drawer, and she had, when they're carrying stuff into the Kent home after Bruce bought the bank and gave Clark his land back with Martha. You seen them bring in like a cradle and baby stuff. Now, it's been said that from Zack Snyder himself that he wanted to continue the story for it to continue on with Lois end up being pregnant with Bruce's child, and later on in like Justice League 2 or 3, Ben Affleck's Batman was supposed to die, and Lois and Bruce's son was supposed to take up the mantle as Batman next. Crazy stuff. It's not comic accurate from what I know. Would I've liked it, seen it on screen and seen it happen firsthand? I mean, there's a chance, maybe, but I'm not really crazy about that. Now, everything else, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Justice League fight Darkseid. I want to see how they prevent that nightmare sequence, even if they can't. I want to see how they fix it. And on top of that, they did leave it open for more Batman Ben Affleck movies for a trilogy. At least one Ben Affleck Batman movie of just a solo Batman Ben Affleck movie with Batman facing off against Deathstroke. They clearly left it hanging for that. With Lex Luthor telling Deathstroke about Batman's secret identity as Bruce Wayne. So, now is there a chance that Dwayne Johnson might look at that and be like, okay, Zach, listen here is what I want to do. And would he be able to give him different ideas or something? Who knows? Which I'm sure since how Zach already said something about that, I'm sure he would change it up. That way, maybe some people might be surprised later on if they do restore the Snyderverse. People might already expect something like that to happen. Would he change up a little bit of his vision to make sure that not all of his story is spoiled? Now, there's a big possibility of that. And who's to say that Dwayne Johnson even likes that part of Zack Snyder's vision? I mean, they might take snippets here and there and fix it, but who knows? But that's the update on the Snyderverse, ladies and nerds, and the Man of Steel 2 sequel that everyone's wanting. If you guys like what you heard, make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure you subscribe down below with bell notifications on. That way you can be an official member of the Cringy Crew. And yeah, I'll be uploading one more video today, or I'll be making one more video today. I'll be editing all night tonight. Yeah, stay tuned for more, ladies and nerds. I'm Cringy Gingy. Peace out, YouTube.